Sorry.
As the future licensed trademark of the Walt Disney Corporation, I was curious to learn how artificial intelligence will transform my humanity into shareholder value. So, I decided to talk with Karen Howe, author of the new book, Empire of AI. It explores how companies like OpenAI, Microsoft, and Google are behaving like modern empires, seizing and extracting natural resources, exploiting labor, and justifying it all as a civilizing mission to modernize the world. They basically do everything empires do except bomb brown countries. At least not yet. Now, this sounds bad, but it also feels, I don't know, just inevitable. You know? Anytime new technology comes along, most of us just shrug our shoulders. We're just like, all right, I guess I'm letting the Burger King app scan my iris. But according to Karen, it doesn't have to go down like this. With more democratic control, we could focus AI development.
Why?
So that I could talk freely at a conference.
What did you want to talk about freely?
How dangerous AI could be. I realized that these things will one day get smarter than us, and we've never had to deal with that. And if you want to know what life's like when you're not the apex intelligence, ask a chicken. So there's risks that come from people misusing AI, and then there's risks from AI getting super smart and deciding it doesn't need us.
Is that a real risk?
Yes, it is, but they're not going to stop it because it's too good for too many things.
What about regulations?
They have some, but they're not designed to deal with most of the threats. Like, the European regulations have a clause that says none of these apply to military uses of AI.
Really?
Yeah, it's crazy.
One of your students left OpenAI.
Yeah, he was probably the most important person behind the development of the early versions of ChatGPT, and I think he left because he had safety concerns. We should recognize that this stuff is an existential threat, and we have to face the possibility that unless we do something soon, we're near the end.
So let's do the risks and what we end up doing in such a world.
Starting with God's word. Obviously, they're not going to budge on the timeline, but yeah, these are people made in God's image just like we are.
The scientific data does not support the idea that all humans are descended from a single pair in the recent past. Genetic evidence indicates a more complex ancestry involving multiple populations and species within the genus Homo.
Okay. Conference cancels panel on biological sex in human skeletons over transphobia fears, commits a cardinal sin. Okay.
All right, I'm immediately suspicious of this headline, and it's from Fox News, so that doesn't help my confidence. Let's do a quick ground news check before we get too far. To a roar of non-surprise, I see that of the 24 news sources, 84% of those reporting are right-leaning, and only 15%
huge phenomenon, and the identities are very valid and all that. So we mean no offense, but we do want to point out some of the weird, because it's very non-conventional.
It really is. I think it's like I understand why you would want to be a furry, similar to like drag queens. Whenever I watch interviews with them, it's like you're trying the burden of self-expression comes off of you, because oftentimes like even just shit posting on the internet, that is me. And so like if someone insults my creativity or like what I like, it really hurts. So like if you put on an appearance, whether it be makeup or drag or you know,
can
persona,
take off.
this is this person now. This it's completely separate from like your actual like identity, which you may, I mean, it could be like you're trying to escape like a not so ideal like identity, or it could be like you want to express yourself in a very different way.
Right.
Yeah.
And it is art, and however the way you define art.
Yes.
So all that being said,